Hi, this is Mallory Lynde from Mischievous Panda, and you're listening to WrestleHorror.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WrestleHorror. Greetings, viewers and listeners. Meathook Jim here, the WrestleHorror podcast. With me, as always, I couldn't do this show without him, my co-host, Donnie Hoover. Donnie, Thanksgiving's next week already.
Yeah, getting close. I'm ready. I've been slacking off on my eating. I've been trying to not count my calories, but I've been trying to watch my portions, and I'm ready to let that rule fly out the window next week.
I'm going to make you a little jealous because I'm going to be in Florida for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that'll do it.
A little bit warmer down there, but enough of that. We've got a young lady with us tonight. Her name is Mallory Lynde. She is the owner and proprietor of Mischievous Panda Photography, and she does a lot of wrestling photos. If you're in the Ohio area, if you have not encountered this young lady, why not? Because she takes some amazing pictures. Mallory, how are you this evening?
I'm great. How are you?
We are doing wonderful. And, I've dealt with you with, not just New Ohio Wrestling, but FGW. And, there's OCW. You cover a whole lot of promotions. So my first question to you, Mallory, is what got you started in doing wrestling photography?
Well, I've always liked photography ever since high school and elementary school and all that stuff. And I guess one year I actually had a coworker who brought me to a wrestling show. And ever since then, I kind of just went on a weekly basis, and I was like, hey, this looks like something cool to take pictures of. So I ended up taking pictures just from the crowd and everything. And then one day they were like, hey, do you want to shoot ringside? And I was like, never done it before, but sure. And ever since then, I just traveled a lot of places and have been able to thankfully shoot shows.
I've seen a lot of your work, and people can see this on your Facebook page, Mischievous Panda Photography. You've got a great eye when you're shooting ringside. I've never denied that fact. You really capture the essence of pro wrestling.
Appreciate that.
Do you have any previous photography training, or is it just something you do for fun as a hobby and just learn as you go?
It's learn as I go. I had a photography class in high school that I had to take as an elective to be able to graduate. But as far as everything outside of that, I've taught myself. I've learned to shoot in manual, which apparently a lot of people don't know how to do. But I've done that, and that's actually how I shoot all of the shows now. And it makes it so much easier so that the photos come out better colored and everything.
Nice. I have no idea what that means, but I'm assuming I say you do our photography, and our pictures always look awesome. So kudos to that.
I try.
I kind of understand what she's talking about because I just bought a new camera back in April. I just bought a Canon M50. And if I put it on manual, I'm in trouble, but but you know how to do it, so I'll accept that.
I'm always just a message away if you're ever like, hey, help me with this, and I can push buttons and figure it out for you.
Perfect. Excellent. So your first experience with wrestling was through photography?
Yes. Well, for that I mostly remember, I don't know how old I was, but I was really young. And there was one time that there was a wrestling show at one of the military bases my dad was stationed at, and I ended up going to it, and it was really, really cool. But that was the only one I ever went to until I moved here to Ohio and started going to wrestling with that coworker that I had.
Okay. All right. And, how many promotions have you shot photos for now?
At least 5. So
Okay.
there's NOW, of course, OCW up in Akron, War in Lima. I did do a couple of the shows for Toledo Championship, and then I've shot a couple matches for FGW. So it's all over the place.
Okay.
So, and Pro Wrestling Live. I've done them.
All right. Great. Like I said, I really love your pictures. And, as soon as you put up your Mischievous Panda page, I liked it because, you took a couple of great pictures of me. I really like that too. It's like, I'll toot my own horn a little bit as a ring announcer.
He said they made
I
me.
do always try to get like ring announcers and stuff too, because they're the first thing you see and you're just like, well, I need that.
Did you get a picture of your red shoes? That's the question.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I feel like I have though.
Oh, you may have.
Now I have to go look.
I love my red shoes. That's what sets me apart.
They're very standoutish and
right. Eye-catching, huh?
Yes, that's the word.
That's why I bought them.
So you never watched wrestling on TV or nothing? It was just guys just went to an indie show and you just kind of got hooked on it?
Yeah, and then after that, what I did was for a while I watched like Raw and all that stuff, but then I was just kind of like, this is all right, I guess, but I also liked more of like being able to see it live and actually be able to interact with like all the guys and stuff. And thankfully, a lot of them have become some of my really close friends, and it's like a whole second family.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Taylor is in that group, and you've taken some amazing pictures of him over the years.
Yeah, him, and then like Jimmy Shane, and all of like the OCW guys, and all of the guys that I like travel with and everything, and it's always a fun time.
And I just saw just recently. I just popped into your Facebook page for Mischievous Panda. You had a nice photo shoot with Shawna Reed.
I did. She has actually contacted me a couple times, and I actually went down and traveled to Hamilton and everything, and we did some shots there. And there were a couple of like abandoned places that worked really well with her and all that stuff. And then I actually did her and Cody's engagement photos.
Very nice. By the way, live in Hamilton.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I do see you often there.
Yes, I'm usually there on Friday nights.
Now, is wrestling the only thing you do, or are you trying to branch out into other stuff with your photography, or is it just a hobby still at this point, or are you trying to grow it into like a full-time gig?
I mean, if I could do it as a full-time gig, that would be great. But also, I don't want to take something that I enjoy doing and turning it into something that I hate just because I have to do it. So as of right now, it's more of a hobby thing. And like occasionally I'll go do like photo shoots with like friends and stuff. And I'll go like travel to Dayton and all that stuff. And I'll be like, hey, you guys want to take pictures or whatever? And I actually did one a while ago with my best friend. Like it was like a spooky witch themed thing. And that was a lot of fun. So.
And, you brought that up, and I have to ask because, I watch your posts and everything, and you love Halloween.
I do.
That much is obvious. What brought about your love of Halloween?
I don't know. I want to say it was more of my dad. He liked skulls a lot, and I ended up starting to like skulls. And like growing up, I was more of a tomboy kid, and I didn't really like dolls or cute flower thingies. And it just turned into Halloween was a time that there was a bunch of skulls out, and it just kind of grew from there. And like, I'm sure you can probably see in the background, I have Dracula and Frankenstein, and then, oh God, this giant coffin.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know, it's just the aesthetic, and it's a lot of spooky and cool.
Yeah, so are Universal monsters kind of your thing? Is that like your favorite monsters? Or?
Yeah. I love them all.
Yeah.
Frankenstein's definitely top 2, Frankenstein and Dracula. But
it's unusual for somebody young like you to be really ensconced in the Universal monsters. It's usually, the older people, and I think it's refreshing, and I'm glad you appreciate the classics.
I do. It's like when I watch the movies, I don't know what it is, but like black and white movies, they just make me really happy inside, and it's just that's kind of what drew me more towards like the Universal monsters versus like Freddy and Jason. Like, don't get me wrong, they're great, but like Frankenstein.
Yeah, watch what you say about Jason now. You see that right there, don't you?
I didn't say he was bad. I said he was great. But
talk bad about Jason and Donnie's going to have words with you.
That's right.
He's going to show up at my door and be like, hey, I heard you were talking some crap about Jason.
and I was going to just let you know, I have over 60 skulls in my living room.
That is a lot. I have at least 3.
And on top of that, I've got 2 full skeletons.
Now I want a full skeleton. I don't know where I'd put it, but like somewhere.
I love Halloween just as much as you do. So much that my living room, one corner of it is all Haunted Mansion.
Like the Disney Haunted Mansion? Okay. That movie is great, and I love it, and I honestly might watch it later on tonight because I was actually thinking about it earlier today.
Well, I was actually referring to the attraction.
Okay, well, that makes sense. But still, the Haunted Mansion movie is great.
Yeah, and they're going to remake it. They're remaking it. They're remaking it. Owen Wilson's going to be in it.
I'll have to watch it.
But I've got, my whole entire living room is some form of Halloween.
So does that mean during Halloween season, that's when you just buy regular house decorations?
He just takes everything down.
Right now, I've still got a full skeleton strapped to my balustrade on my porch.
I feel like it should just stay there year round then.
Well, that was the consensus between me and my wife. We said, just leave it.
There you go. And then you're already set for next Halloween.
Right.
Yep. See, for Christmas, you just put like a piece of garland around its neck or whatever, and you're all set.
Santa Claus hat on him, we'll be fine.
Yep, there you go.
Exactly. Perfect.
So, going back to Halloween and everything, are you a big fan of haunted attractions?
Yes. I actually went to this year Cedar Point's Halloween weekends.
I've been there before.
It was a lot of fun. It was still pretty busy, but it was a lot of fun. Right. Went to Land of Illusion in Middletown.
Yep.
That one was a lot of fun. I had never been until this year. They actually had on one of the trails, it was really cool. Like all of the lights would shut off and everything. And Michael Myers would just be like off in the distance, and then they would shut off again and he'd get closer. There was one point I may have almost punched him because I have I get scared and it's either run away or try to fight, and usually it's run away. But like my arms will flail. But he was like right there. But it was really, really cool. And then the Haunted Hoochie here in Columbus. Yep. That was a lot of fun. So
did you come see us at Carnage?
No.
Yes, eventually.
When was you at Carnage? I didn't see you guys there. I might not have been there at night.
I didn't go, but
okay.
I'm on.
Well, we're doing a weekend next month, December 10th and 11th.
Like it's July already.
Yeah, December 10th and 11th. We're opening up for that weekend to do a Christmas haunt. So you'll have to come out and see us.
I will have to take a look and make sure if I'm not booked, then maybe I will come out there.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Onyx is going to be there too. I got him hooked on it now. He was there at Carnage probably 5-6 times this season.
And don't
that's
forget,
always good.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Obets thing.
Yeah, I mean, we had our Obets thing this year. We'll be doing it next year
At the Fortress.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And
I saw all the pictures.
Donnie actually convinced me to come out of retirement and act.
Yeah.
And did you have fun?
I had a blast.
So you're going to do it again next year?
Let me put it to you this way. I've already started planning a brand new, even scarier costume than I wore this year.
Great. So full out of retirement. Retirement's out the window, and it's great.
I hook him back in.
Partial retirement. I'll do it a couple of nights. But
I guess.
I'd done it for over 20 years. And I worked at the Dent Schoolhouse for 4 years. I worked at Kings Island Haunt for 2 years. And then I freelanced for 6 years, and I had a contract with Indy Screen Park over near Indianapolis, or it was actually in Anderson, Indiana. I had a team of actors that would go out there every year. I still love it so much. I had some health issues that had to slow me down, but I'm working on that. And next year, I can't wait to get out there and scare the shit out of somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as long as they don't hit you, then that sounds like fun.
I've been hit so many times. You have no idea. But
Yeah.
Are they like hard hits or like?
No, they're hard hits. But you know how big I am. I can take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a back fist at the Obets haunt. I got too close to some soccer mom and got her, and she back fisted me and snapped my head back and everything. I was like, good Lord, lady.
The casualties of haunting.
Yeah. And then the next night at Carnage, I had another girl punch me in the lip she did it on accident. But yeah, so that's just me getting too close. That happens.
See,
I feel like that's one of the reasons I would never be able to do it.
No?
Yeah, you should try it. You'll love it.
Yeah, that was my next thing. I was going to say, we got to get Mallory to go out there and haunt with us.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I'll come help you guys one day. But if someone hits me, I'm going to get real mad about it and probably leave.
No, you can get put in spots where people can't get too close to you.
Right.
I'll just poke people with a stick.
Yeah, so the only way they can hit you is if you get in their bubble. That's the only way. So if you stay out of their range, they can't hit you.
Yeah, but see me, I get in their bubble.
Yeah, me too. That's why I got hit twice.
So you guys were asking for it, is what I'm hearing.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's our fault.
Like, bring it on. I mean, come on. I mean,
just kind of like if you step into taking a wrestling punch and you get potatoed, it's your own fault for stepping into it. Kind of same philosophy.
Right. It's a lot of fun, and you should give it a try. It is an adrenaline rush like you've never known. The first time you scare somebody, you make them really scream in fear. It is the biggest natural high you could ever imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll hit you guys up on that and see about it. But also, you guys are always I'm always booked on the weekends taking pictures that you guys are doing this, and I'm like, oh.
Maybe we can we can book her to take pictures of the haunt.
Yeah, there you go.
I could do that.
Yeah, well, our first year at the trail, David Stockwell come up and took pictures of us in the trail.
Okay.
So
I do remember that, and then I remember coming out there and walking around the trail with you that one time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was before his show.
Yeah, before we were doing a show there, and I took everybody through different times and all that. But yeah, so I'd say it's fun. Like I said, Onyx asked me about it one night because I was going, and he was like, I might like to try that. And I was like, well, come on. I was like, I'll tell him you're coming. And he did it that one night, and he's like, man, this is a blast. He's like, I'm coming back. And he did one night at the trail too, so he kind of knew what was coming. But yeah, so he got hooked on it. He's coming. He's doing both nights next month too.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah, he was like, "What's a Christmas haunt?" And I was like, "It's the same shit. Just they put Christmas decorations on them." He's like, "Oh, I'm doing that."
Spooky, but with a Christmas hat.
Right.
You know what's funny though is Onyx. He will work a haunted attraction, but he will not go through one.
Mm-mm.
Really?
Yeah, no, he don't like to walk through them. I try because I walk through the haunt. I'm a zone captain, so I like walk through the haunt with the lights on to just make sure there's like nothing on the ground that people can trip over and all that from the night before. Mm-hmm. And like I was like, "Hey, you want to walk through here with me so I can check the haunt out?" And he just like, "Nah, brother, I'm good. I'm good right here." And he won't go through it even with the lights on.
I would not have thought that he would be one to not go through a haunt.
Oh yeah, no, he don't like it. Yeah, we got this one character that it kind of disturbs him. Like one of our actors has this character, and it's disturbing to him, and he can't even like be around the guy. Like, and within like 5-10 feet, he just starts getting like, he's like, I gotta get away from this guy. It's a pretty disturbing character, but just something about it is Onyx is like, nope. Like he can just stay away from me. He's like,
not today.
Yeah.
It was something Onyx said during the OBET con. Stuck with me. He goes, "Man, I got to be the biggest Grim Reaper you will ever meet."
True.
He's a big guy.
Yes, he is.
He's standing next to him. I'm like, oh, hi there.
I personally wouldn't want to run into him in a dark alley. I mean,
I'm just going to avoid all dark alleys.
So let me ask you this, Mallory. I mean, we talked a little wrestling, we talked Halloween. How do you feel about the paranormal?
No. That's how I feel.
It's like, no.
It's more of, I'm not going to go look for something spooky or hope that it finds me. So actually, with one of the photo shoots that I did, we went to this place and it was actually like a haunted, like it's actually haunted. And we were there and it was raining and it was like raining really hard. And then it started raining even harder and it was awful because me and my friends, we all looked at each other and we're like, do you feel that? And then they were also like, yeah, let's maybe go. So then we did. And as soon as we left, it stopped raining. And we were like, well, that's probably them telling us to leave. And I was like, okay, I'm never coming back. And my friend, my best friend, his house was actually his old house. It was built on, he told me what it was. But anyways, they had it was like an old farm and stuff. And there was a lot of like deaths and all that stuff there. And there was always something scary going on. He always saw ghosts in his house. He saw them in the trees. And I said, okay, I'm going to pick you up down the street. I'm not coming to your house. Because my mom is very, very about that. And I'm like, no.
I don't think Mallory will be coming to my house anytime soon.
If your house is haunted, I'm not actually haunted. I'm not coming. Anyway.
Let me picture this. Okay, I live in Hamilton. My house is almost 100 years old. Yes, it is haunted. And guess what I have across the street?
A cemetery?
The city's biggest cemetery.
Yeah, I'm not coming anywhere near that house then. not that I don't like. I like cemeteries, so that's fine and all. But at a certain time, no, I'm staying in my bubble. I live alone. It's scary.
What are you afraid of?
Everything. Well, okay. Like actually afraid of?
Yeah.
My biggest fear is actually a really dumb one. It's zombies.
Okay.
I am terrified of them. That and heights.
Okay.
But
zombies are a pretty common fear, actually.
Yeah, but like zombies aren't real and I don't run really fast and they could probably catch me. Anyone would trip me and I'd get eaten and it would be bad.
I studied when on my other podcast, Big Scary Show, which is almost 10 years old now. I did a lot of studying on fears and phobias, and I used to do a segment all about different types of phobias. And you would be surprised how many people are afraid of zombies.
Because they're scary.
They don't exist.
They might.
I'll never say never.
One of these days, you're just going to see someone walking down the zombie down the street.
Because myself personally, I didn't believe in ghosts until the year 2000.
Did you see a ghost?
When I actually saw one.
See, if I ever saw one, I would probably call my mom and be like, hey, I'm coming to live there again. I'm not living alone anymore, Mom.
But really, there's not a lot to be afraid of in the paranormal. And I'm going to back up here for a second. And I know you love the Universal monsters and everything. Are there any modern horror movies that you enjoy watching?
Yes. I like, honestly, any horror movie. I like the Halloween franchise and Nightmare and the Friday the 13th stuff. I actually have a lot of the box sets, and I actually have, that's mostly horror movies, so just a lot of them. And I was gifted a bunch of them too, so.
All right. Now I'm going to really scare you.
Why?
And Donnie knows where I'm going with this, and I'm sure by now the listeners are tired of this. I've mentioned it many times. Did you ever watch the movie The Conjuring?
Yes, I actually just watched it a couple weeks ago.
Okay. September 9th of next year, me and Donnie are going to investigate that house.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting. Are you guys excited?
I'm sorry?
Are you guys excited?
Oh, beyond.
Yeah.
This is the earliest booking we could get. I booked
if you guys bring any spooky things back, I can't talk to you guys anymore.
I have been a paranormal investigator for 20 years. I know how to protect us from that. And the way to protect us is to put silver on and to put a diaper on Donnie.
Yep. That's all I need.
But it's going to be Donnie and Terry, me and Chris, a buddy of mine at work named Ken, and Shawna Reed.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to just be the six of us for 12 hours in that house.
That's a lot of hours in that house. I'd spend maybe 5 minutes, and then I'd probably get scared and leave.
But we are really excited about doing this. And after we get done there, we are going an hour and a half away to Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, I want to go to Salem so bad. My goal is to go there for Halloween.
Expensive and busy.
I have at least 3 credit cards.
What was with those guns? I got 3 credit cards.
3 credit cards.
If you get to that point, Mallory, I have to recommend a hotel for you. And it's the Hawthorne Hotel. It is right in the center of town. Just don't book room 610 because it's haunted.
Well, I feel like even though I'd be really scared, to get the full experience, I have to book that specific one.
When I took Chris back in April for her birthday,
mm-hmm.
and we couldn't get into 610, but we were in 612, which is right next door. And even there was some stuff going on.
Maybe I wouldn't want to do that. I did see, I want to say a couple days ago, like an ad for like the world's scariest hotel and everything. And it would like, they have like all these things where it's like screaming and all this stuff, waking you up at like random hours of the night and everything. So probably not getting much sleep, but like it looked really cool. I can't tell you where it was because I don't remember. But if I do find it, I will have to let you know about it because it seems right up your guys' alley.
Oh, yes, definitely. Donnie's never done an investigation before. He's still a virgin.
Yeah, I'm just going for it. That's what the diaper's for. So if I get the shit scared out of me, I can just no sell them and just keep going.
Maybe bring like a diaper bag with an extra diaper in it for you then.
Some scented wipes or something, you know.
Just I gotta excuse myself. I will be back.
Yeah.
We've got all the equipment for this, Mallory. I mean, I just bought a new DVR system with 8 cameras that we can set up around the house. New tri-field meters, full spectrum cameras. The only thing I don't have yet is a thermal camera, but I'm working on it.
I feel like you have a little bit of time at least.
Yes. I've got 5 cases full of equipment right now, and I'm not done yet.
Well, it seems like you have all the stuff to be set up for it and everything. Is it just something that like it's just you guys going and everything, and then they just are kind of like, here you go, and let you in?
Yeah, it's just the 6 of us. The owners will be on site if we have any questions, but other than that, they're going to leave us to our own devices.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it doesn't quite look like it does in the movie. That was not the actual house.
Did 2020 take its toll on your fitness? Well, body slam the pandemic and get back in shape with WrestleFit. This innovative program combines all the fitness regimens you'll need to reach your goals. The WrestleFit workout will bring strength training, cardio, and the world of professional wrestling together in a fun, new, and exciting way. Have yourself a blast working out with dumbbells, kettlebells, slam balls, ropes, tires, and an 18-foot full-size wrestling ring. The WrestleFit workout isn't just for pro wrestlers. The WrestleFit workout is for everybody. At the Now Training Center, you can pursue your fitness goals and learn how to train like a professional wrestler without all the bumps, bruises, and slams with the WrestleFit workout. Go to www.newohiowrestling.com/training for more information, or stop by the Now Training Center at 625 Eastgate Parkway, Blacklick, Ohio, 43004, Unit 6137.
Yeah, Terry's already said she's not going into any of the rooms, that she's going to be like the control center person, and she's just going to stay in the safe room where everything's at.
Well, that's what we plan on doing with Terry, is putting her in front of the command center with all the camera, because you can see all 8 cameras on the video screen, and that's where we're going to.
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, I'm not going in any of those rooms. And I'm like, well, I want to. I was like, I want something to happen if I'm going all the way out there.
I mean, I don't blame her. I would also be that person that would be like, okay, you guys go do that. I'm going to be right here. I'll push the buttons. That's it.
But see, everybody has to remember the fact, as long as you've got some form of silver on you, it's a protectant.
Still scary.
Agreed. But I want to see it. I want to experience something more than what I've experienced before. And I've experienced some things before at different locations.
Right.
There's a prison in West Virginia, in Moundsville, that's haunted. I've been there twice. The first time I went there, I'm sitting in a completely dark room and something tugged my pant leg.
Yeah, nope. Gone. I'd be screaming out the door.
What I did is I had my night vision goggles on, and I'm looking to see what it was.
What did you see something?
I did not.
So it was a ghost that just was like, hey, let me just tug at your pants.
No. And then in the same time, I was up in the hospital wing of the hospital of the prison, and my ex-wife, who went with me at the time, she's obsessed with orbs, and there's just too many natural explanations for orbs, in my opinion.
Like dust,
bugs, things like that. And she was taking pictures. She's going, look at these orbs. And I had my EVP recorder in my pocket. And after I reviewed it, after we came back, I heard a voice on it say, because she had said something about it, and I said, well, you can't trust the orbs. And then on my EVP, you heard an ethereal voice that say, what did you get?
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't like that. Nope. I'm always afraid that like when I take pictures anywhere, I'm like gonna end up seeing something in the background, and I'm just gonna be like, I can never use this camera again. Can't.
Well, then Bobby Mackey's in Wilder, Kentucky would scare the hell out of you.
I actually want to go though, because I've had a couple people tell me about how great it was, and I was like, well, I want to go now, but I'm also a little wuss, so maybe not.
I went back in 2008, and I went with a group of people that was headed up by Shannon Sylvia, who used to be part of Ghost Hunters International.
Mm-hmm.
And they split us into two groups. And the first thing we did was we're sitting up in the bar area, and there's a group of us sitting around an Ovilus. You know what an Ovilus is, right?
No.
It transfers electrical impulses into voice.
Okay. I know now.
Okay. So normally it would be very active in a place like Bobby Mackey's, and it was being very quiet. So the guy that was leading our group said, everybody go around and say, are you not talking because of me? And I was probably halfway down the circle, and they weren't getting any response. And I said, are you not talking because of me? And it clearly said, yes.
But why? You're so nice.
Well, at that point, the guy asked me, he says, Jim, can you step out of the room? And it's a big open room. I mean, it had half walls towards where the mechanical bull was and everything. So they asked me to leave that room and stand over there. And then it started chattering up. It was talking all over the place.
Huh.
Now,
I guess they just didn't like you.
Now, while it's talking, to my left is the other part of the bar where bar stools and things are.
Mm-hmm.
And I can hear them moving when nobody's there.
That's spooky.
Yeah.
Some ghosts were just bellying up to the bar. Is that what they were doing?
They were bellying up to the bar, and
they were ready for a drink.
They were, you know what? And it was just an amazing experience that I'd like to do again sometime. I'd love to go back.
Well, you should. Maybe they'll talk to you this time.
Hey, you know, they want to talk to me, I'll talk back. You know, it's ever since I started believing in them, I've always wanted to have that solid evidence that there is something beyond this lifetime. And that's what every ghost hunter wants.
Right. Yeah.
But there's been so much. I firmly believe there is life after death. It's just, what is it? You know?
Now you got me thinking about life after death.
See, now you got to watch a movie that involves life after death.
No. Have you seen the movie? I think it's Coco. That kind of is like life after death, but it's sad. I definitely didn't cry during that movie.
All right.
Maybe I did.
Okay, enough about the paranormal.
Well, I'll say, if you say you live alone, who's that person that's in the door frame right there behind you?
I will fight you. I will come to your house and I'm just gonna.
You got a knife.
See what you done, Donnie.
See, I was waiting for her to see how long it took her. I was waiting to see how long it took her to look back there.
Now you got her paranoid.
Look, it's your fault. I'm just gonna sit here the entire time like this now, and if anyone comes running at me, ghost or not, they're getting stabbed.
Stabbing a ghost isn't going to do much.
It might make me feel a little bit better.
Right.
Silver blade, you might have a chance.
I have this envelope opener that I took from work.
There you go.
Is it silver?
It is made in China, so probably not. I have nothing over here that's silver. It's all glass because you guys are currently sitting on my bar.
Nice.
Oh, cool. That's a good place to be, on the bar.
There's not very much alcohol on it because it's all gone.
So since you drank it all.
Actually, I don't actually drink a lot at home.
Yeah.
Good.
Unless it's tea or water or like 10 gallons of coffee.
There you go.
I still love that coffee cup. That's great.
I got it from Big Lots, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I want to say I bought it earlier this year when I got really sad, and then I was like, I'm going to go shopping to make myself feel better. And then I bought a bunch of Halloween things. This was one of them. I bought a doormat that says Hello Pumpkin, and it has a bunch of pumpkins on it, and it's also Beetlejuice colored, and just some other stuff, I'm sure.
Ooh, I got something to show you. Give me just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, one.
And while he's doing that, not counting Universal Monsters, what's your favorite horror film type series? Just like, obviously, I'm a Jason guy. So, I mean, what's your favorite go-to? Or do you have one?
I don't actually really have one. I know that, like, for the longest time, my favorite, like, scary movies or whatever were the Final Destination movies. But a lot of people are like, those are really dumb movies. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, they kind of are. But my favorite thing about them was always, like, how, specifically the one where I want to say it was 3, where they had the roller coaster. And, like, in all the pictures, it showed the ways that they would end up dying. And it was always just interesting to me to watch that and, like, how it, like, played with each other. Or even the Saw movies. And I feel like I just have a really sick and twisted mind, and I'm like, I just want to see how these people die.
Right.
So
that's
where I'm at.
I just rewatched all of those during October.
The Saw movies or the Final Destination?
Final Destination.
They're so good, but also awful.
I love the interesting and the fascinating ways they kill people.
That's exactly what I was saying. And I'm like, that and Saw. I'm always like, let me see how they kill themselves. Except for Saw, where that girl stuck her hand in the one thing, and she could have easily just stuck her fingers in there and peeled the blades off, but no, she's going to go ahead and stick her other hand in there and then die.
Shark skull.
It didn't go back to I don't know how. Oh, God. All I see is Donnie's face.
Oh, see, that's a bonus.
Oh, it's a shark skull.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah,
sort of.
I'm kind of green. I have a computer green screen, so it's a little difficult at times.
Well, that's cool. Can I have it?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I'll give you $1.
You got to give me more than that.
Give him that coffee mug.
There, can you see it now?
Yes. Wait, is it like a real one?
No, I bought it at Spirit.
Oh. Okay, because I was like, that doesn't look really real, but I'll let you have it. But I feel like $2.
Okay.
Take it or leave it.
How about the octopus skeleton?
$1.50.
Jeez, boy, you're cheap.
That's actually really cute. I know it's supposed to be like scary, but I think it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
I just got them because there's some kind of skull, you know. Skulls.
Skulls are cool. I have a bunch of skulls everywhere on this shelf of mine. I got this one that's full of dead flowers. And then, I know you didn't ask, but I'm showing you anyway. This skull with a bloody candle that I made.
Nice.
That's the last time someone upset me. I just used their blood to make a candle.
If it's a skull, I'm down for it. So
I have lots of them.
well,
I don't know where I got them, but I got them.
Take a look at that. See that guy right there?
Who's that guy?
That's me.
That's scary. Are you sure? Your face looks real normal now.
Ask Don.
Yeah.
Where was that at?
That was actually taken a few years ago, but it's the same costume I wore at the Obet's Haunt on October 29th.
It looks good.
That's not makeup.
It's. You messing with me?
That is what they call a silicone mask.
Okay, that makes more sense because I was like, I know that this is there's something here. But that's really cool.
It's very realistic and just pop it on my head. All I have to do is put some black around my eyes and I'm done.
So it's easy cleanup too.
Yes.
The best.
Very expensive.
$3.
Multiply that by 100 and add a couple hundred more to that.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I bought it like 11 years ago.
I could buy a camera with that.
Yes, I know. That's about what I paid for my M50.
Now I want another camera. I'm gonna get one. It's gonna happen. You guys are gonna see it happen.
There you go.
It's only about $3,000.
Hey, you got 3 credit cards?
3 credit cards. But I gotta fix my car with one of them. So
Well, you need to quit hitting stuff with that car.
look, it's not the deer are just they're out to get me. It's not my fault.
Like every time I turn around, she's putting in new headlights, new grills. It's like,
Yeah, but this time I'm not doing it. The body shop is fixing it for me.
right.
No. Oh. I'm gonna do that.
One thing I wanted to ask you, I just thought about it when you guys were talking about his haunt characters. I've seen pictures on Facebook where you've actually done little face paint stuff and stuff like that. Do you get into face painting and makeup and all that kind of stuff?
Sometimes I did it, but it was mostly because I was bored and I went to Walmart and they had all of the face paints and stuff for Halloween that was $1, and I was like, well, I can go ahead and play with this, and that's what I did and everything. And then there was one time that I bought liquid latex, which is honestly really hard for me to use because you know how you have to use cotton balls or tissue or whatever. I hate wet paper or wet cotton or anything like that. So as I'm there was the one that I had where it's it looks like a giant cut and everything, and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to put the stuff on, and I'm this is the most disgusting thing I've ever done in my life. And I'm just miserable the entire time. And I'm why am I even doing this?
Right.
And it's honestly to take a picture and then I take it off and then I go wash my face and I put on my jammies and crawl onto the couch and watch a movie.
Right.
Suffer for your art.
Exactly. I do like art. So it's worth it.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Right. So, Donnie.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about time to drop the question on Mallory.
All right. You ready? This is the question that we ask everybody that goes on the podcast here, and there's no right or wrong answer. We just like to get inside your mind and see how twisted you really are. So that question is, you are the main serial killer in your own horror film. What is your go-to kill?
Chopstick to the jugular.
Chopstick to the jugular.
Doesn't hesitate. She's thought about this.
Yeah.
Look, I always have chopsticks in my purse. It seems like the logical thing to do. I mean, as much damage as that could do. I'm sure maybe. Just stick it in there and wiggle it around. Oh my gosh, this is making me sound terrible.
No, not at all. It's a chopstick to the jugular is very unique.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely never brought up before. And we've been doing this for how many episodes now, Donnie?
We're probably 60 or 70 into it now, probably.
Right.
Well, now I got to know what your guys' is. Unless that was on a podcast before.
Oh, so you want to know what my go-to kill would be? I can tell you exactly what my go-to kill would be.
Well, let's hear it.
I'd rip the spine out of somebody.
I feel like that takes a lot of effort.
Yeah, but I'm a big man. I could do it.
That's fair.
Like Predator, when he pulls the spine out of that guy.
Yep.
Or Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
What about you, Donnie?
I'm like I said, I'm a slasher kind of guy, and because like I've said in previous podcasts earlier on, it's like the scariest thing on planet Earth and in the universe is a human being, because they're capable of doing anything. So I would probably just use my hands and just like thumbs to the eyes until I touch their brain, or like I said, I don't even know if I'd actually use weapons. I'd want to do it just my bare hands. And I have thought about like if I would be able to like grab somebody's jaw, like how Victor Crawley did, where he grabbed their jaw and pulled their mouth apart. I always wondered if you could actually ever do that. so that would kind of be cool.
Ow.
But yeah, I'd be a hands-on kind of serial killer or murderer or whatever.
I feel like I wouldn't get away with it, but like it's worth a shot.
Right.
I've got to ask Mallory, have you ever seen? Oh, cute. Very cute.
But wait,
See,
I'm listening to your question.
That's what his looked like before.
That's better.
I'm listening to your question. I'm sorry.
Okay. Have you ever watched the movie Terrifier?
With Art the
Maybe.
Clown? Art the Clown's in it?
It's on Netflix, isn't it?
Should be.
I either watched it already or it's on my list, because I have about 1 million movies that I have been told that I need to watch, and here I am watching The Office over and over again.
If you have not seen it, watch it. We actually had Art the Clown on the show a few probably 20 episodes ago now. The end kill scene. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
You have to watch it.
Okay. Maybe I'll watch that one instead of the Haunted Mansion after this.
Yes. Trust me. It will make you cringe. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know. I feel like it takes a lot to make me cringe, unless it's the Human Centipede. That was awful. Don't ever. If you have seen it, don't watch the second or third one. They're awful.
I've watched all of them.
Oh my goodness, they're awful. And I never thought that a horror movie, or I guess I don't know if that would even be considered horror, but more of disturbing. I have never had a movie made me feel as nauseous as that one did.
Well, those are like torture porn, but
There's a question I have about that though. If you actually have a human centipede created, when the poop and stuff finally goes all the way through the centipede, is it like extra like digested, or is it just the same as a normal turd? You ever think about that? See, that's the stuff I think about. I'm like, I mean, that's getting turned over like by 6 different, intestinal tracts. Does it just keep getting like more and more fine and stuff, or is it just normal? It's just like a longer path for it to get out.
I feel like it's just a longer path for it to get out, just because of the way that the digestive system works and everything, and the fact that it just takes any nutrients that are in it out, and all that comes out is the solid waste. And if there's no nutrients to come out, then it's just gonna
keeps on going.
Yeah.
It's just gonna go. That's gross.
I agree. I will digress. It is gross. I have watched all 3 movies, and the first one was disturbing enough. The second one was uber disturbing, and the third one I don't even want to talk about.
I don't know how people come up with these things, but like, you do you, but like, maybe don't do you on the big screen. Gross.
So, Mallory, how can people find out more about you, about Mischievous Panda, and all the good stuff that you do?
Well, I have my Facebook page. There's the plain old Mischievous Panda, which is just any photo shoots that I do with people, or the occasional wedding that I don't do anymore, but they're on there. Or pictures of my niece. Those are cute. Or there's the pro wrestling photos by Mischievous Panda, which is the longest name ever, which is all wrestling related. And I also don't know it, but I have links to it on both of those pages to an actual website of my photography stuff. That's just a layout of everything on there. So, but there's that, and that's how they can find me. And there's emails and everything on there, which is honestly all just Mischievous Panda. Or they can message me on Facebook if they need a photographer.
Photo taker person.
A person with a camera that pushes a button and turns out occasionally good pictures.
Right.
But has an amazing eye.
I have two.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's something. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to ask her real quick. For other photographers and stuff out, I forgot to ask this. Like I said you basically was just taking shots in the crowd and then they asked you to come ringside. And that's quite an adjustment. What have you learned about taking action photos ringside with the dangers of wrestlers and managers and refs and everybody flying in and out of the ring? What's a good tip that you could give them that you've learned?
Pretty much just stay out of the way. I know it's hard because like every move is unpredictable, but as far as like, thankfully with me having been able to do it for so many years, it's been like, I don't know, like 7 years that I've been doing it. And I've always been shooting usually the same people. And I've gotten to the point that I like learn their moves or anything like that. And I can tell when they're going to, like, it kind of plays into how everybody, I don't know how to explain it, but you can tell by the body movement when they're going to come out of the ring to get out of there as fast as you can so you don't get hit.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that,
you've been hit a few times, from what I understand.
I have. I've gotten my camera kicked into my face, and everyone looked at me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Mallory, are you okay?" And I said, "I don't care about me. My camera's fine though." I almost have gotten fallen on by quite a few people, stepped on. I want to say it was 2 weeks ago. I was literally in the middle and everybody was around me and there were chairs flying and I just like that because I got so scared. I didn't know what to do. But then I got up. I'm like a little deer in the headlights.
There you go. You get in the mix of all that, you'd be fine in a haunted house.
Yeah, I guess. But also the guys know to watch out for me, and having colorful hair helps because they're like, oh, there's a giant blob of colorful hair.
Right.
Not like that.
Right. Now, is there any tricks to action shots, like, getting good shots of like the middle of a move or something like that, as opposed to, stand still and say cheese,
Yeah, with that, it's more of the settings of the camera with the whole manual stuff. I have it on a high shutter speed. Well, not very high or else it's going to be too dark. With a high drive where it just takes picture after picture, like click, 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 click. Mm-hmm. So then it'll, like, some of them will be blurry, but like there's that one that's in the middle that's like perfect. And then I'm like, okay, that one. Right. So that's how the action shots happen. That timing.
Go. There you go.
So, but yeah.
So, wow, we've learned a lot, and we've just sitting here and chat, and you know what? You did perfectly fine on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so.
You made it through.
I made it through. Okay, honestly, on my phone, there's like a little person literally in the door frame. It's the effects person. And like, I wish you could see how I'm seeing it because like, all I see is the door frame and the little person, and it keeps freaking me out.
Since I said that.
I see somebody there. I mean.
I'm not going to be at the show on Friday, and then you're going to be like, what happened to Mallory? Oh, she got eaten by something in her apartment.
Right.
cry.
All right.
I mean, I wouldn't cry, I'd be dead, but like, there'd be hypothetical tears.
Nobody's going to eat you, Mallory, I promise.
I hope not, or murder me, or any of the harming me. I promise I'm nice.
Right.
You're always nice, and you got nothing to worry about.
I'm mostly nice. I feel like a lot of people think I'm mean, but I'm not. I'm just shy.
Mm-hmm. You're just reserved.
Yeah, well, like, let's be honest. When you first met me, was I like very talkative or anything? No. I just kind of sat in the corner and kept to myself.
And then I found out you didn't like your hair touched, so I made it a point to touch your hair every time I saw you.
I'm gonna start carrying this around then.
And that kind of broke the ice, though. It got you to talk to me.
It did, but please, oh my God, everyone's gonna like watch this and they're gonna be like, touch Mallory's hair, and I'm gonna be like, no, don't do it. I'm just gonna walk around like this from now on.
Yeah, we can be like Beavis Cornholio.
Exactly. Oh.
I am the great Cornholio.
I'll fight someone for touching my hair.
I'll remember not to touch your hair.
Thank you. You too, Donnie.
Oh, I'm still gonna do it. I'm not gonna lie.
Next time you do it, you have a snow cone in your hand. I'm gonna just knock the snow cone right out of your hand.
I'll pick it up.
5-second
rule. I'll pick it up and eat it. I don't care.
Nope. I'll throw it on the ground and kick it all over the place that you can't pick it up.
So it can melt.
Yeah. And then I'll feel really bad and then probably go buy you another one. But it's the principle of the matter.
Right.
Well, this has been a great conversation, Mallory, and thank you so much for at the last minute. I mean, you told me what your basic schedule was, and thanks so much for agreeing to join us tonight. You're just a breath of fresh air and a different guest than we're used to on this show, so that makes it even better.
With all the wrestlers and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's either wrestlers or haunters, it seems like.
Right.
And then there's me that's just the middle of it all, and it's just like, hey guys.
Right.
So that's just it, you're in the middle of it, and it's like Donnie and I are in the middle of it because it's WrestleHorror. We've got wrestling, we've got horror, and you kind of fit right in that same niche that we do.
Mm-hmm. And it's also just like, I don't know, you guys are really cool. And had anyone else asked me to do it, I probably would have been like, I don't know, maybe not. But like, you guys are cool.
Well,
thank you.
I'll take it. Thank you very much. I didn't realize that when you agreed to it, but hey, thanks.
It was more of, I'm really socially awkward. And then when you also said that, I was like, I don't even know what they're going to want to talk to me about. I'm not interesting at all. I am a lump on the not a lump on the potato, a potato on the couch. And that's who I am as a person.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, we just bring it out of you, huh? You've been chatterboxing all for like over an hour now.
I know. I'm sorry. It's a lot of talking.
So you're all talked out for the week. You're done.
Does that mean I don't have to talk to anyone for the rest of the week? Because that would be cool.
Right.
If anyone comes up to me, I'm just going to be like, sorry, I'm out of words. Go talk to Donnie and Jim.
Yeah, I spent all my talking on the podcast. Sorry.
You can go hear me talk there. I don't want to talk now.
So, this has been such a fascinating conversation, Mallory. And like I said, you are a breath of fresh air. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I am Meathook Jim, along with my co-host, Donnie Hoover, and our special guest, Mallory Lin from Mischievous Panda Photography. Mallory, I look forward to seeing you again at shows, and good luck with everything else you do. And we will catch everybody on the next episode.
See you guys.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media outlets: Facebook.com/WrestleHorror, Instagram @WrestleHorror, Twitter @WrestleHorror, on YouTube at the WrestleHorror channel. And you can also find us on our website, www.wrestlehorror.com.